So to get high quality videos on YouTube, you do need a minimum amount of video camera quality and sound like microphone quality. And I'm going to tell you that you can actually get all of this quality with about $100 of spending power. So what you generally need is, you shouldn't get the cheap cameras, the cheap, they say 4K camera, and they're garbage. Basically go on YouTube and do a little research to see what these little garbage cameras do. They just spit out garbage. And the problem is they spit a lot of noise out, and they claim 4K because they're ramping up the ISO so that they can get that 4K image, but it's just a garbage image. There's tons of static in the background. Your shirt will look like it's all fringy. Everything looks horrible in the videos. And sometimes your mouth and the microphone won't be in sync. So don't buy that cheap, $20 camera, or, it says it's 4K and it's $30. Don't buy those. And I know it's a hard line to find where you're going to find quality and still have actual quality, for a cheap price. But I'm going to tell you right now, there's two devices that you can buy, and I'm using both right now. I'm using the microphone and I'm using the camera, both right now on this video, and you can see true what quality you're going to get out of these devices. So one is called the HyperX SoloCast. That's the microphone, and I'll raise it up right now so you can see it. That's the microphone, and this microphone costs about $38 on Amazon. Really cheap for the high quality it is. Now, the reason why I say get this microphone is because it's plug and play. And what I mean by plug and play is I don't have to set up a whole bunch of, settings and software and external software to get this microphone to work correctly, to broadcast my sound with the correct tones across, YouTube. Now, I know when you get deep into YouTube, yeah, you can buy a high-end microphone that you have to configure all these configurations, but the first even 3-4 years, even forever, this microphone sounds great. You don't need that. And this microphone, I just plugged the USB up to my computer and it works. It worked right out of the box. I just love the microphone. Now, I did have to buy this boom, and you can see the boom. I got a little tape to hold the wiring here. The boom, I think it cost me $15 or something, so, I'm pretty cheap on this channel. But the microphone is the golden. This microphone is really, really high quality sound. So that's the HyperX SoloCast. And like I said, you can find them on Amazon. I'll put the link on my website. And the other item is the Logitech Brio Ultra HD webcam. Now, this camera, I bought it renewed. And I know the reason why I bought it renewed is these cameras cost about $200 brand new. And it's true, you do need to pay a lot for a high quality 4K camera. And the reason why I say you need a 4K camera is you might need to, after the fact, crop in your shot a little bit or doodle changes to your shot. And with a 4K camera, you're going to be able to do that. You're going to be able to do those options. And also, 4K is kind of like becoming the standard on YouTube. So you kind of need a 4K camera nowadays. These things cost $200 brand new, and I bought mine for $90. Now, I bought mine renewed, so, I don't want to spend too much money. But again, this camera is high quality. And as you can see, this is the video that's being shot from it. It does a great job with the video quality, and I just love the camera. $90 for a high 4K camera, and I don't have to set up a DSLR camera to do my vlogging shots from home. I can just use this camera with this microphone. I get great quality videos, and I don't have to have a lot of setup for a home setup. And like I said, a little over $100 the entire setup, and it's cheap. I just hit a button and it's recording everything. It's using everything's plug and play. So I really like that. Now, there's a very important tip on this, and it goes with all cameras. you need a USB 3.0 port for a 4K camera. So make sure that your PC or Mac device has a USB 3.0 port, because you need that high speed quality going through the lines. Now, if you don't have a high speed 3.0 port, which 99% of computers nowadays do have that port, you can plug it into a regular one, but it's going to downgrade you to a 1080p picture coming in. Now, I will say this is interesting. I bought a 4K camera, one of those cheap $20 ones, and you get what you pay for. I mean, that thing was just garbage. This camera on 1080p is better than that 4K camera on 4K. So don't buy one of those, $20, $30 4K cameras. They're garbage. You're gonna throw money away when you buy it. So buy this camera. This is, like I said, renewed, $90. New, I think they're maybe 180, 170, 160, something around there. They're, like I said, they're a little pricey, but again, you don't need to set up a DSLR camera at home. You don't need expensive setups and riggings. You just put this one on your monitor. You put this microphone on your desk, and you don't have to have the boom, but it's kind of nice. It does come with a little stand, but I like the boom because then I can move things out of the way real quick. So that's really all the setup for a home setup. You really don't even need fancy apps or anything. Once you set up the 3.0 port, you plug it into the USB 3.0, your default camera will pop up and it'll use the 4K. You just tell it to use the 4K and you're all set. I'm actually using the default camera app that came with Windows, and it's fine. It's perfectly fine. If I want to change anything, I can do that in the editing software, and I use Filmora for my editing software. It does a great job for doing little tweaks. Like if I want to get a little more skin tone into it, I can just warm up the picture a little bit. And again, Filmora has a free version out there that you can kind of get started on. The difference between the free version and the paid is there's a couple things that you will need for YouTube in the long run. But again, the free version is great to get you started out on. So that's pretty much wraps this up. Like I said, cheap but high quality sound in the HyperX, and the camera is, again, it's not a pricey camera, but I don't have to set up a DSLR camera at home. I don't have to have an external microphone set up for a DSLR. And then again, if you're using a DSLR, you didn't have to take it all apart to use it on your outside shots. So this is a great way to set up a desktop and with microphone and everything. Cheap, easy. I just hit the button and it's recording. So that'll wrap it up for today's episode. And if you like what we're doing, please subscribe, and we'll see you next episode.